Hi, my name's Chandra, and I'm recording videos every day. I started this daily YouTube video recording project maybe a month or so ago, and I did it for maybe 35 days, and then I had surgery, and so I stopped because I had to rethink what I was doing, why, and how. So this video is mostly about frustrations because I have noticed that almost everything that I'm dealing with or doing at the moment has something to do with some kind of frustration or another. So I have been looking for a new location for my shipping containers intermittently for a while. And it's not that it's impossible to find a location for them. It's more like it's difficult to find something that's cheap enough, tolerant enough, secure enough. So, um, since it's something that a lot of people can have all kinds of prejudices about, I finally have enlisted the help of a white native German speaker. Um, I think if you saw the two of us together, he'd probably experience more prejudicial judgments than I would. But to listen to him on the phone, he's a working class German who speaks appropriate technical language and knows how to navigate this scenario in a way that would make sense to other Germans. Like, for instance, when I explained to my friend exactly what needed to happen, he immediately listed, okay, so you need a location which is secure, you need a contract on it to protect yourself. You need to make sure that they understand that this isn't for a living situation. This is storage of work um, materials. And yeah, so that felt really good. I mean, he was surprised and felt like, as far as like educational pedigree and status and things like that, I should be better off. But, you forget the aspect of race and migrant status. So, there's a location that I was looking at. Like when I go to the gym, you come to this building that looks like it's straight out of a movie from the 1940s or 1950s in Germany. And you come to this big building that's a huge facade. So the address goes from number one through number five because the building is just quite that large. And with the additional parking lot space or multiple parking spots, which are also part of this address, it's just massive. So I even see some companies that have trucks parked out back there, and they also have shipping containers with their building materials and their office spaces in them. So I was like, okay, this is perfect. My shipping containers are grubbier than that. Mine are my two largest shipping containers, the 40-foot shipping containers. They are retired sea freight carrying containers. So what that means is that they have been at sea so many times that the manufacturer, the logistics company, retired them. And so this is a German shipping container, obviously built in China, but produced for a German company. And it's not like these aren't like one-time freight carriers. This was a long-term service carrier. So it's banged up. It's got big, huge dents in it. And when you think about dents in a 40-foot shipping container that's like from picking it up with a lorry, dragging it around the dock and onto the freight ship, and possibly bumping into another big shipping container or something. Or it takes a lot to put a dent in this heavy steel container. So my containers, they look a bit rusty, they look a bit crusty. Um, yeah, they're not exactly pretty. Whereas the other shipping containers that are on this compound, they're more like modular containers that are built and designed for being temporary office space. That means they are minimally insulated. The floor is covered with something that's not toxic, like the fireproofing material on the boards in my shipping containers means that if I wanted to like have this wood exposed that's these floors, it would need to be sanded and sealed with something because it's just not safe for humans to exist in this environment. This is a fireproofing agent that's specific to freight, which isn't the same as being safe for humans. So I understand the barriers and blocks to the idea of my shipping containers. I'm not a big construction company. I'm a small, fair construction research project, and I'm black and I'm female. So having a white guy speak for me is useful. The problem is, he spoke to this one company this afternoon. They were fine with it. They gave me an email address to write to. I wrote to the email address and they write back, oh, we don't have this. Like, I don't know what went wrong in between the time that he spoke to them and 45 minutes later when I wrote an email to them and they then wrote me back. Why is it? I mean, they don't even see me. Like, okay, maybe if you Google me, well, there are other people with my name. I'm not the only Chandra Brooks on the planet. And there's actually quite a few websites of Chandra Brooks that are not me, but they don't have the chandrabrooks.com domain because I've had that forever. Um, Maybe they looked me up on LinkedIn and then saw my face and saw what I was doing, which, I mean, there's no secret about what I'm doing with the shipping containers. It's my research project. Um, but what happened? Why did why did I get this message? And it makes me want to kind of it makes me want to scream. It makes me really frustrated. It it makes me feel violated and it makes me really want to just roll over and just face the wall and watch TV all day, ignore this is happening. Um, but I guess what I need to do is what I should do. I messaged my friend. I said, "Oh, what the hell? This is what they wrote me back at the address that you sent me to. Um, and what should I do?" I will ask him to speak to them again. I can forward the email to him and have him see what happened. And 2 weeks ago, this was for a second location, a location next to a workshop that I want to finish building the shipping containers out at. This is the second instance. And the one that he spoke to a week or so ago. I sent them an email and nothing, no response back, no anything. It's driving me crazy. I don't know what to do with this. I know that I have to keep doing something with this. This isn't the end. This isn't the, it's not over. It's not done with. But I'm so extremely frustrated. I went from being elated and excited and joyful and the sun was shining. I'm walking down the street. I'm feeling like, okay, great. I've got a location. Now the only thing hanging on is the civil suit, which is a complete nightmare. But, it's also a complete nightmare to find a location. I had also gotten so excited about having a designated workspace. Like I have this beautiful um, cyanotype that I made from the Cahokia Mounds. This is a detail, a close-up of the wild grasses at the First Nation burial grounds at Cahokia Mounds that predate the Trail of Tears in Illinois from near where I grew up. And this background is on because behind me is a scene of chaos and frustration. Um, it's a scene of what it looks like when your living room is your studio and your workspace. It's a scene of constant frustrations, but also constant stimulation. It's the stimulation I see that every little corner of this room where I look has a function. Like over here, I've got my jade roller massage table, which at the moment is covered with the excess of 5 bags of fabric, which I'm going to spend the evening roughly quilting, which is joy, which is a pleasure, which is progress for my work with textiles moving forward and for the bags that I'm going to be making out of those fabrics. And then over here, I have the bits that are going to be illuminated manuscripts again soon. And I also have prints going. And I also have ginkgo paintings that need, PDF made about so that I can look for gallery representation for them. Or I might put them online to sell. I have to think about this. Well, I have been thinking about it. That's where the frustration comes from. That's why this room is an emblem of productivity, motivation, and accomplishment, as well as a scene of frustration, because this should be happening in one of my shipping containers. Um, these should be sold and out in the world. And so I just have to sit with the frustration. I was slightly ill yesterday, and one of the frustrations was this beautiful dress that I'm wearing and this beautiful blouse that is also in the same, oops, I'm invisible in the same realm. And I did this dystopic thing of it was a patchy bit of fabric, but I really loved it. I loved the texture, and I love that it's this near linen-like weave. Um, Actually, it is linen, but it's a linen blanket. I liked the color, and I liked the idea of playing with this dystopic, worn, rustic quality and patching it and things like this. And so I finished this today, and because I wasn't feeling well yesterday, and I was also really wound up, keyed up with stress, I told myself, today I'm just going to do whatever I want. I'm not going to deal with anything important, and just going to sew. So I have this beautiful mocket of this dress that I absolutely love, and this is from an old bed sheet a duvet cover that's all worn out and stuff. And so I thought, okay, let me make my maquette of this dress and these beautiful straps. It's wonderful. I feel like a kind of Greco-Roman goddess in it. And then I look up and there's this email saying, we don't have a Lagerplatz. So frustrated. But I'm back to making videos every day and I'm proud of myself. I didn't get this made before dark. Tomorrow, I'm going to make this part of my morning routine and moving forward so that in the evenings, I don't have this kind of pressure of this kind of sitting on my consciousness that I want to get this done. And yeah, that's me for now. If anyone is watching or listening, thank you. Otherwise, I'm just happy with myself that I did this. My name's Chandra, and I'm posting every day. Thank you for listening.